Hello everyone. This is another school project video. You're probably like, why is this dude doing a school project and not playing video games? Okay, it's the end of the school year. Finals, final projects. I should have done this a little bit ago, but now we're here. The school year that I'm in, I had to read a book called Lord of the Flies, and I had four options basically to do for a final project related to it. And the one that I chose was a book talk, which is basically going to be me explaining some themes, some of the characters, and get basically how I felt about it. That is about it. That's just the premise of it. You guys and the teacher I'm submitting this to are probably going to be seeing the unedited version because I don't really have time to edit this. You know, so there's going to be an unedited version and an edited version later if there needs to be. But this doesn't count towards the 3 to 4 minutes for the project. That starts now. Okay, so the first part, brief summary of the novel. Basically, some British boys. This is during the World War II era, are on a plane. They're getting shipped off from like a boarding school, basically, and it crash lands. It crash lands and lands onto an island, leaving behind a scar, which is basically just human devastation on an island. And as we, read the story, us as the viewer, or I guess the reader, we get to see these boys make relationships with each other. And some of the boys, like Ralph, ends up, becoming a leader, somebody that the other boys can look up to. And then we also have other characters like Piggy and the twins. But on the other hand, on the other side of the spectrum, we have Jack. Jack is this feral boy. He's not like that at first. At first, he's just rowdy, and you can tell that he likes to hunt. He likes the physical part of being trapped on the island. But as the story progresses, we see him move into an antagonistic role where he's more feral and he wants people to hunt. And he doesn't really care about the fire. He just wants to give food and he just wants to kill these pigs. And that ends up leading to some of these kids dying. They do get rescued at the end, but that's only because of the things that Jack does. So one of the themes that I do want to highlight during this little book talk, I guess, is civilization versus savagery. Savagery. This is what editing's for, is to cut that out. But like I was saying, some of the boys become savage. They're obviously they're back in civilization. They go to a school. They're dressed up normal, and they represent the standard British man or British boy in the 20th century. But then, they get onto this island, and they have to fend for themselves. They have to hunt, and they have to get all these resources. And the way the book portrays it is that they're like tribe people. Obviously, you could look down on that view. That's the way Jack and his little tribe hunters, they start to be portrayed towards the end of the story. That could be a little bit problematic, I guess. But I just want to highlight the changes. So the story, they get there, they're just lost boys. None of them want to be there. And they're just trying to figure out their purpose and what they're going to do to survive and, get off of the island. And as the story progresses, we see boys like Jack and all of his friends slowly evolve into the characters we see at the end, the antagonistic roles of being a savage man that wants to hunt other people for their resources, like Piggy's glasses, to start fires and kill all of these pigs. But it's interesting because when I say evolve, I could also say devolve, because the way that the book portrays it towards the end is that he's devolving into like a caveman-like state, or what British or European people would look down upon, people that live in tribes, people that hunt for their food, people that still are doing hunter-gatherers type civilizations. Okay, so another thing, a clear identification analysis of at least one major theme, a thorough explanation of novels use of symbolism. Okay, so I'll say one thing. Symbolism is Piggy's glasses. Piggy's glasses, for some reason, is a major symbol throughout this entire story. I'll say it's pretty interesting. They use his glasses to make a fire, which in the beginning causes an out of control fire that they don't know how to deal with. But then we see that evolve at the end, where the entire woods catch on fire, which allows them to be rescued. I'll say that Piggy's glasses represents a tool or represents a piece of civilization that they still have in this savage land. Obviously, glasses can't be made on an island and in the wild, so that's the one thing that they still have, tying them back to where they were and where they were from, and a tool that they're able to use to progress on this island. And they start fighting over it towards the end, and obviously Piggy is one of the characters that passes away at the end of the story due to Jack's, selfishness, I guess. And then honest review. I think I'm going over budget. This might be like negative points era, but all I will say is it was an interesting story to read. I think it was pretty cool actually. The purpose of the book is to actually show that humans aren't naturally good. Humans are naturally savage, and humans are naturally going to do bad or / evil things. And the author portrays this through putting boys on an island with no adults, with none of their parents, and none of the rules in society that holds them back from doing certain things. And obviously this spirals out to people dying, to people fighting, and to people not being able to agree and make actual societal structure. And I do think it's good at portraying that, but there is times where it does feel outdated, and me as a modern reader, or maybe it's just because it's school, that I might be a little bit biased. But I didn't connect with it as much, but I do see what the story was going for. So that's my honest review. I do think that some of the ways that the characters are portrayed are a little problematic. Like my English teacher, of course, she's the one that I'm making this for. The reason why I'm doing the project was saying that for some reason only men are portrayed a certain way, and there is no girls on the island, and the only girl is the female pig that they end up murdering in like the first chapter that she or it is introduced. And then another problematic thing that I mentioned before in this video is that when Jack and his tribe end up becoming hunters that only want to hunt the animals, only want to kill the beast, that's another symbol, I guess, the beast, that represents like the fear of the boys on the island and the savage nature of the island that they believe is actually there, but it actually could represent the fear that they have of the unknown in a place that they're not from. But yeah, they are represented as tribe people, like I've been saying, and it's problematic because the author kind of portrays it as a way that you shouldn't live, and that it is a savage way of life, even though who is the judge if you're not from it. But I definitely went way over budget. It said 3 to 4 minutes. I'm a professional talker. I'm professional at yapping. But this is my final project besides the actual English final. This is my final school project for this school year of English. Thank you for watching this. I hope I got a good grade on it. I know I got like probably negative points for the duration. But yeah, that was my Lord of the Flies book talk. And I'll see you guys in the next one. It may be something else. It's probably not going to be a school project, but yeah, that's it for me.